Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, we have your weekly live reaction replay video. Even if this isn't your normal cup of tea in terms of content that you like to enjoy on this channel, I would encourage you to stick around for this one. Because while I don't know exactly what happens in this match, I have an idea of what happens. And if the description lives up to, well, itself, this should be pretty dang interesting to say the least. So anyway, this is a live reaction replay video, if you didn't catch the hint already. I don't know, like I said, what happens in this match. We're just kind of sitting here watching it together. I think it's a little bit more entertaining than, some other style of replay videos where you watch it already, then just talk about what happened. This one, it's a little bit more entertaining. You guys get my genuine reaction to what's going on in the match. But anyway, our hero today is Flo. Flo is sailing the North Carolina, in particular the North Carolina Color, which is a premium version of the Tier VIII Techline American battleship, the North Carolina. The only thing that's different about this ship and the Techline ship is that this ship gets the premium economy, and that means it prints more money, which is excellent for a premium ship, or a ship in general, I should say. And the North Carolina is already a really good Tier VIII Techline battleship. She gets 9 of the American 16-inch guns with the American Super Heavy AP, which we might get a demonstration of that here on the Fiji as to why that is a good thing. Look how slow those shells are. Jeez, he misses them. He gets one clip there. But the Super Heavy American AP gives the AP shells a bit more of a bite than you would expect from a 16-inch gun in game, which keep in mind a 16-inch gun is already a big gun, right? But it gets that little bit extra spice to the flavor. The trade-off is that the shells travel much slower through the air, and they can be more difficult to get on target at range. North Carolina, for example, I wouldn't really try to hit a target that's much further out past 17 kilometers unless they are not touching their rudder at all, because by the time the shells get there, the player should have seen them and should have maneuvered out of the way. But again, every now and then you get the occasional player that just doesn't know what a rudder is and will just keep sailing straight on to your shells. Now he is in a division with his friends. He has a friend in a Z-23 and a friend in a submarine, the U-190. So you can come to your own conclusions about that, shall we say. Gets a decent hit there on the Zeton for 9,000 damage. Looks like the enemy submarine has been spotted and everyone is dogpiling him. Flo gets 2 splash damages on the sub, and his friend has hydrated him in the Z-23. So now, yeah, look at him. He's already down to 4,000 HP. ASW planes are up. Calls in another flight there, and ooh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That American Super Heavy AP. 3 Citadels on that Kijigoon. And now there is one less Dutch cruiser in this match. And there you go. Friendly Z-23 murders the enemy cachalot. And, well, now this side is submarine free, except for the friendly submarine in the U-190. Yorktown's flying overhead, not dodging flak at all, is he, fellas? Giving Flo a free 5 planes shot down here. Caps are going very well for the friendly side. Everything's going very well for the friendly side so far. Enemy team is down a sub and down a cruiser, courtesy of Flo's division here. And the friendly team has nary a single ship lost yet. Oh, there's a Caracelio. Gives them the 3rd turret. 4 turrets are about to have reloaded here. Ooh, that is a very tasty target indeed. Broadside New Mexico going in reverse. Very easy shot. Oh, that would have been an even better shot. Fiji at 12 kilometers away. Ooh, that is the golden zone for the North Carolina. Like 13 kilometers. Oh, God, look at that. 20K to the New Mexico. Love it. But yeah, like 13, 14 kilometers in. That is about the... yeah, that is definitely for sure the ouch zone for the North Carolina. Because at that range, the shells don't take too long to get there. And the penetration that you get at that range is just so good. Alright, so he's taking some more shots at the New Mexico. Enemy team is really stacked up over here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemy ships over here. Another Citadel in the New Mexico. A fair amount of friendly ships as well. Over out east, though, the friendly Arizona is currently being hunted down by a, what is that, a rune? Sorry, a rook, a sturdy, and an Akazuki. He's not having a good time. Up there goes the Xinjiang Guo 14, the new Pan-American submarine. He just got sunk. So the enemy team is starting to catch up in terms of kills right here. Looks like the Fiji's fighting for his life behind that island right there. Warships out on the New Mexico, those do splash because the New Mexico finally figures out how to use his rudder. Amagi broadside there for 14 kilometers. Flo is eyeing up that Fiji, as you should, because if you can't catch that, that is a ship that's quite dangerous to his friendly Z-23 out of the match, and just an annoying ship in general if you are a battleship player out of the match. Alright, enemy Amagi sailing fairly broadside along the borders, turning in now. Yorktown's approaching yet again. Does turn in a little bit here, and yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, the Amagi, when I'm shooting at it, it seems that it's made out entirely of torpedo protection. But when I'm selling the Amagi, of course, you know, all the shells pin at that point, you know. At least that's what it feels like. Alright, so the friendly Arizona has been sunk by the enemy Rook. Rook is now taking the D cap. Friendly team is still have a fairly healthy advantage in points here, about 200 points overall. But, I mean, they're really open out east. No one's near the C cap. Well, the two ships that are near the C cap, the York and the Minsk, they are sailing away from the cap at the moment. And then really no one's at the B cap, so that Rook and the Akazuki and Sturdy, they could come up behind the friendly team here. And that's not going to be great for them. Alright, taking a broadside shot out on the, not broadside shot, a shot at a broadside Zeton with the forward turret. Getting his rear turret out on the Carasilio. Trainer here says that it's not going to happen. RNG says the Zeton shot isn't going to happen. Watch him like detonate the Carasilio here, that'd be so funny. And I'll get one pin on for 2400 damage. Oh, he's up to 111,000 damage so far with one kill. Having a pretty good match at this moment. But of course, the question is going to be, where is this Rook and this Akazuki going? The friendly team... Ooh, speaking of detonations, the friendly Minsk gets detonated by the enemy Zeton. Yeah, the friendly team seems to be pretty complacent and just sitting and chilling around the A cap. It does look like Flo's division has a better idea of what's going on, because his division mate, Z-23, is going down south of the C cap to at least get some eyes on the situation down there. Or he's potentially trying to get to one of those channels, probably the one at F6, to potentially torpedo the Rook that might be coming up the middle. Speaking of the Rook coming up the middle, there he is, but he's going to the B cap. Flo gets his forward turrets out on the Carasilio. No, I'm sorry, was that in New Mexico? New Mexico or Carasilio? Let's see which one. I think it was the Carasilio. Yep, it was the Carasilio for a nice 12k hit there. Someone took some shots at him. I'm assuming that's the Rook. He does have his bow faced toward the Rook now, which is the correct thing to do, because in North Carolina, for all of its positives, its massive downside is that its side is incredibly weak. Her citadel is high, dry, and exposed. And if anything with some even mildly spicy AP finds your side, you are going to get citadeled. Speaking of spicy AP, Rook just deletes the York there. Oh, there's the Sturdy, there's the Akazuki. They have they have a nice little spread going down the central part of the map. Flo getting his ASW out on the enemy sub. There's the Rook. His Z-23 is having to deal with an Akazuki, which, that's going to be a little sketchy. Akazuki is, of course, the Tier 8 tech line gunboat Japanese destroyer. Beautiful side here on the Rook, though. This should be, if not a devastated Rook, a dead Rook. Oh, RNG throws the shells in the water. Of course it does. I feel Flo's pain there so much. God, that sucks. That was gearing up to be a beautiful shot. Alright, but he does manage to avoid the Rook torpedoes. Z-23 is currently sailing over to the Sturdy. Should be getting some depth charges out on him right now. Well, there goes Flo's depth charges. The Z-23 is going to sink yet again another sub. Hello, Rook. Okay, come on. Come on. All three turrets. It's gotta happen, game. Ooh, shells were a little bit short, but he still gets some good pins. Pops Halsey's skill. I didn't even realize he had Halsey on this ship. So now he has a much faster reload time. Let's see, what is it down to now? 23 seconds with the North Carolina's guns. Nice! Just dodges those torpedoes. Beautiful. Beautifully done there, Flo. Alright, there should be a dead Rook here. Hopefully so. There we go. Alright. So, enemy team, God, they're keeping the kills very close. The friendly team got the caps very quickly, but they just sat north of the A cap. And now the enemy team is just kind of chilling south of the A cap. But the difference here is that the enemy team actually had some ships go on the flank and pose a threat to the friendly team. I mean, the York perished. I think they grabbed a couple other ships in that process. And now, of course, Flo and his division, they've had to rotate it back over to this side of the map to try and deal with this threat. So now, over on the western side of the map, the friendly team is now outnumbered. So, yeah, you can't just sit there when you get to a flank, fellas. You got to see what's going on and make the appropriate adjustments as needed. It does look like the Sharnos 43 and the Eisenhower are heading over this way. The friendly Z-23, division mate Z-23, is taking the D cap back, but the C cap did just flip to the enemy side. The Shokaku is very much up there by himself now, except for the Flandre. Up there, speaking of the Akazuki being a gunboat, there are his shells. But right now, Flo is undetected with 170,000 damage done. Broadside Amagi right here. Pops a spotter plane to get that advantageous top-down view. Has HE loaded of all things. Very interesting choice. I guess he's tired of getting those torpedo protection hits on the Amagi there, but it's more of him because it's, it's, of course, right? Amagi's just a big old floating torp bubble. Caracelio takes out the friendly Flandre. Enemy team is very quickly catching up here on kills. Friendly team, of course, has a huge points lead, but they keep losing ships. And if they keep up this rate, it's not going to be a good time for them. So he had AP in the tubes for the Samagi and 2 penetrations for a whopping, what was that, 6,000 damage. I'm guessing he railed a couple of turrets there with that low damage from a full pin. All right, Zeton, broadside shot on the Zeton here from 11 kilometers away. Just gets the shells over the mountain. This looks pretty good. Zeton is turning in. Manages to grab a citadel there for another 20k damage. The man has had 6 citadels so far in a battleship. Excellent game so far. Friendly team's actually behind on ships now by a factor of 1. Gets his rear turrets out on the Amagi. Amagi's also selling into some submarine torpedoes from the divmate in the U-190. Looks like, yeah, he just clips the stern there. And their strike team. Aw. Magi turned out just enough to avoid those shells, although I do believe he is going to go down. Zeton's finally getting his secondaries in the battle here on Flo. Akazuki has ran back out east and has grabbed the D cap right after the divmate and the Z-23 has secured it. So let's see. Zeton dodges the Z-23 torps. I believe the Z-23 is in the Zeton's Hydra range right now. That's why. Yep. There you go. That's how the Akazuki was murdering him. So, man, friendly team has gone from winning this, like, having this in the bag, and now they're down to 4 ships. While the enemy team still has half of their ships up and around. That Gneiss now is probably going to go down here because he has 1, 2, 3, 4 ships all looking at him. Ooh, almost gets the Zeton here. That Shokaku should finish him off. Maybe. Let's see. He has 1 bomb left. Can Hanzo pull it off? Nope, Hanzo has failed. Dang, down to 110 HP. Divmate in the U-190 has secured the Amagi. So that's good. Although he is now alone over there in front of the rest of the enemy team. And I didn't see how much battery life he had left. But, oh no, he still has almost a full charge. Okay, but here come the Caracelio ASW strikes. Ooh, yeah, the Gneiss now is about to go down here. Ooh, manages to... Oh, no, never mind. Got down to 500 HP. Can he dodge the torps? He cannot dodge the torps, and there he goes. Divman in the U-190 popping submarine surveillance just because he can. Oh, boy. Oh, there's that Zeton, but I don't think he can get his shots across over the island. No, actually, he might be able to Rainbow Six them here through this crevasse Valley, whatever you want to call this gap in the mountains. Okay, you got that. You got that. These 16-inch shells will go through his armor. Oh, he had HE loaded. I mean, he's keeping that loaded because of the Akazuki. Not the worst idea ever, but naturally, when a battleship actually loads HE, they never, get to use it at the opportune time, it seems like. So it's 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still. That is my Discord and not yours. I don't know what's up with that new Discord sound, why they just turned the echo effect up to 90. Oh, U190 does manage to secure the kill on the Caracelio. So that's bringing it back in favor for the friendly team, but they still have quite the disadvantage when it comes to ships here. Yorktown coming in. Manages to trash his shots with his rocket planes. Okay, so now the friendly team has gone from owning 4 of the caps to owning, well, actually now none of the caps because the B cap is contested as Flo is trying to sail over to the other side of the map and put in some work over there. Alright, Zeton, this should be a dead Zeton if any of these shells connect, just about. Well, I don't want to say that because one's going to connect and bounce. There we go. Alright, that's coordinated attack and bounty hunter there for his 3rd kill of the match. There's an Akazuki. Pops his heal to offset the damage that he's going to incur from being in the presence of an Akazuki. Alright, Fiji, Yorktown way the hell out there. I would definitely get that Fiji out of the match first. Okay, he's going to go for the Yorktown. I'm not too sure about that. You know, like I said, you don't want to get tunnel vision on the CV. I mean, he's got 2 ships here that are very low HP. Although, granted, he could be in a Discord call with the U190. It could be, you know, cooking something up here. Ooh, he does not have fire prevention on, because that fire was over in 1 minute. Or he might have fire prevention, or he might not have any of the other skills on to negate the fire burn time. Okay, but New Mexico gets forward turrets off of that, rear turret off. Ooh, down to 730 HP on the New Mexico. There should be a dead New Mexico here. And it is. Kill number 4 for Flo. And now he's approaching the Kitakaz. Look, they are 970 points away from winning. They are 1 kill away from winning this. But the enemy team does have all 4 caps. So that is a bit of a pickle. Granted, all they have to do is sink 1 ship and they will win this. And keep in mind, they had a huge advantage. This is currently looking like a throw here, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, this Yorktown just does not dodge flag. He just sails right on through it. And he still gets through, of course. Okay, come on. Main battery guns. Blap this Fiji. Send him to the Shadow Realm and win the match. Naturally, the RNG says no. Throws the shells in the water. When that could have been the winning shot right there. Probably would have overpinned him if the shells didn't go in the water, for being honest here. But that Fiji does have Hydra up, so that means the friendly U-190 is spotted at this moment. So, I believe the Fiji has ASW aircraft, does it not? It doesn't? Ooh, interesting. Okay, so that might be a dead U-190 here. Flo's trying to get around the corner of this island here. He probably could have thrown it into reverse. Maybe. I don't think he could have stopped in time. But, I mean, it looks like the friendly U-190 is still alive for the time being. Here comes the Yorktown yet again. There's the Akazuki, who is just absolutely living rent-free in Flo's head right now. Yep, there we go. Fiji has taken out the friendly U-190. That is a big sad. So now they have to... Oh, they got to kill 2 ships now. They got to sink 2 ships. Granted, this Fiji should be pretty much sunk here when Flo comes around the corner. Alright, here he comes. Popping his ASW to give him an idea of where that Fiji is. And he's got to be right here. Just nudge forward a little bit more. Yep, there are the torpedoes. Looks like he's going to dodge them, and he does. Ah, there he is. There he is. Right at the waterline, and there we go. But he still has to sink something else to win. But the Fiji got his torps off. 1 hits the island, 1 hits Flo. He's got 5,000 HP left. Oh boy. Oh boy indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Akazuki's farming him down for everything that he's worth. Come on, get the Akazuki. If he sinks the Akazuki, this is a 1 match right here. Alright, honks the horn. There we go. That isn't enough to win. Oh no! Uh-oh. It's a CV duel now, ladies and gentlemen. You have the Yorktown that can't dodge against the Shokaku that... well, I haven't really been paying attention to how well the Shokaku has been playing. But let us see. It looks like Flo isn't doing anything there, so I've taken control of the camera. Let's go follow the Shokaku's fighters and see what happens here. Alright, hello, Mr. Shokaku. Well, he's still at full health. I think the Yorktown took a hit or 2. So if he can just get one run on the Shokaku, that should... Oh, actually, time's out. Time's out. Okay, cool. Wow. 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 6 kills, ladies and gentlemen. 243,000 damage in a Tier 8 game. That's most impressive indeed. 1.1 million credits earned off of that match. Well deserved. I'm wondering what boosters Flo was running here. So let's see. Flo got Bounty Hunter, 2 General Offensives, Brothers in Arms, Confederates, Strike Team, Dev Strike, Shoulder to Shoulder, Kraken Unleashed, First Blood, Coordinated Attack, and High Caliber. Flo had a 3,107 base XP game. Wow. Because apparently Shokaku was much better than Yorktown because the Shokaku finished third on the team, which is quite hard for CVs to do nowadays. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You know, matches can look like you got it in the bag, but never underestimate the ability for one's team to throw the match. Definitely without Flo there, sinking half of the enemy team by himself, this would have been a much different game. This Akizuki was an absolute terror this match too, so good on him for being quite useful. And almost getting it for his team there too at the end. So guys, let me know what you guys think about this replay in the comments down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, wonderful rest of your weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.